49ers favored by 1.5 points. Brian, I'll start with you here on this one. Who's winning the big game?
I think Kansas City wins the Super Bowl. Guess what? If I had said that every year, I'd be right more times than I'm not. Right? So if I just make that blanket statement every year at the start, I'm going to be okay. Again, I feel as though that's going to be the difference in the game. I see like a 27-20 type thing. I see the Niners at the end of the game with the last, 4-minute drive or 3-minute drive at the end, just not being able to come back. Very similar to what happened a couple of years ago when these two teams played. That I think is the difference. I think San Francisco absolutely, like if I'm San Francisco and I win the toss, I want the ball. Like, I think I have to get ahead of this team. I cannot chase this team from behind. I can't do what I did in the NFC Championship game against this team, the way I did with Detroit, because the Chiefs are their season. They're not going to let them back in the game, right? Coaching wise, every facet of the game. So I like a 27-20 Chiefs win. I think it's extremely plausible that if that's the case, that Travis Kelce gets a ring, retires, and gives somebody else a ring on the field tomorrow night. Prop bet, take it.
No, there's a good possibility, and
there's a strong possibility.
I made jokes that's probably going to happen if.
Yeah, I can totally,
Bastard should have been the race.
He's going to retire from football, marry a billionaire. He's all right. That's good.
This did not even cross my mind too until you just said that.
You didn't think about this? I thought about that the second they won. I'm like, it's going to happen.
If they win tomorrow night, there's a real possibility he could propose.
Hang it up.
It was between that or she announced a new album. And guess what? She announced a new album already. So I'm like, well, this is going to happen now.
And listen, to be fair, like I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any means, but I will say this. Fonz, you're a Ravens fan, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I thought I knew that.
Yes.
Sure. Thank you. When I saw that game last week and I'm like, oh, they're putting in the referee that's the worst home team referee in the NFL. I wonder why they're doing that.
You don't think I had a rant about Sean Smith?
Oh, I mean, like it's like they just don't even care how obvious it is. Like they wanted her in the game.
I did that video, and the amount of comments I got saying that the Ravens had penalties too, like called me a loser and everything. I've got called everything for it, and I was like, this is a conspiracy. I knew it from the get-go from Sean Smith, and I have beef with Sean Smith. He doesn't know it yet, but I'm sorry, my beef for Sean Smith. He doesn't know it, but Sean Smith.
Full disclosure, I took a parlay. Chiefs -2.5, Niners -2.5, and happened to hit. So that was just where I was last.
I can't bet on my own. I can't bet on the.
I know.
I mentally can't do it.
I bet the Rangers last night -12.5.
We did win in overtime.
We did. I mean, but
that's what I'm saying. You don't bet on your own team. I just can't go, well, you won, but you also lost money. So
yeah, that's true. Fonz. And Brian, by the way, I guess your MVP is Mahomes.
I actually think if you want to bet this game, and I haven't looked at the numbers, but I'm sure you can get better odds on Mahomes as MVP than you do on the Chiefs to win. And I think if you want the same bet I did a couple of years ago, if you think the Chiefs win, odds are Mahomes is the MVP. So it's kind of like a proxy for it.
Yeah, that would probably be the case if the Chiefs win too. Unless Tom's guy Kadarius Toney has a balling out game too. You never know too. I have to give my Kadarius Toney takes to Tom because he loves that.
We might have to play the reaction to Kadarius Toney being drafted by the Giants now.
I gotta go look at these odds now. I want to go see if he actually has MVP odds.
I don't even think he's playing, honestly. I don't think because he was a healthy scratch last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't think there's no way he's playing.
He said he's going to play in the interview with AJ Ross, but
then he'll have an 80-yard punt return for a touchdown. Why don't we can bet on that, people. So you want my prediction, Tom?
Yes, score, MVP. Yep.
I know. Like as much as we've been talking about the Chiefs and making jokes here, Tom, I'm still on defense. I know the Chiefs have had a great defense, but I can't like this 49ers defense has been great all season. And I like the story of the Brock Purdy story, but then now they have these extra weapons with McCaffrey. This 49ers team is different than their first go around against the Chiefs with an upgrade at the running back spot, better receiver options in my opinion. Defense has gotten a little bit better. I think Purdy's obviously the better option than Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm going to go with the Niners here. I'm going to go 24-21. It's going to be a very close game, probably defensive, but I'm going to go with a close one here. So I'm going to go with the Niners here. Defense is going to show out early. They have to, but if they don't, it's going to be a problem. I'm just betting too much that the Niners defense is going to show out right away.
What is the number on Kadarius Toney Super Bowl MVP? What's the odds?
This can't be good.
plus $1 million.
I'll be nice. I'll be nice.
So the longest odd in the game is Tommy Townsend at plus 100,000 for reference.
Oh, the punter.
Yeah.
Plus 99,999.
Fonz, your guess?
Oh God.
Mine wasn't really a guess, but
yeah,
it was more of a dig.
What was Tommy Townsend again? Can you repeat that
Tommy
one?
Townsend was plus 100,000.
Oh, that can't. No, Tony, I'm gonna have to go. It's got to be plus. I'm gonna go 65,000.
50,000. Yeah.
Oh,
50,000. So to go to what I said before, Mahomes MVP is plus 125.
You're not gonna get
The
it.
Chiefs to win the game is even money. So you do get a 25% bump if you take, but that's the odds, right? What if Kelsey has 3 touchdowns? I mean, that's the thing, right?
Kyle Juszczyk will have more receiving yards than Kadarius Toney in this game, just for the record.
Wow.
That's on the record, by the way.
Oh.
Fonz, who's your MVP, by the way?
I'm gonna go. I would probably go McCaffrey because I feel like he'll have
Okay.
a receiving and a rushing touchdown too. I think if Ayuk has a big game, like I said, there's a good chance he could win MVP also.
Interesting. Yeah, kind of like I know he's not Cooper Kupp, but I'm just saying the last receiver.
I like different varieties with MVPs. You know, you can pick.
We have seen receivers win MVP in the past. Julian Edelman, Cooper Kupp.
Mm-hmm.
Could happen.
Deion Branch.
Yeah.
Deion Branch was the MVP for one. Oh my God.
I remember that because it was against the Eagles and had a great night.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So my pick. The Chiefs should win this game. They should. But 5 months ago, the NFL season began with a Chiefs loss. It will end with a Chiefs loss. The 49ers, I'm going opposite from you, Brian. 49ers win. I think this is a lower scoring game than people think. I know the over, I believe, is 47.5. I'm going to go right under, so those over bettors are going to be highly disappointed. Final score, 24-20. San Francisco wins the game. My MVP prediction is also Christian McCaffrey. So not to copy Fonz here, but I do think – and here's why I picked Christian McCaffrey, right? Brian, you mentioned Brock Purdy, how you're not high on him, comparing it to like Manning and Grossman. McCaffrey, if he gets 75 or more rushing yards in a game, the Niners are 12-1. He is the NFL Offensive Player of the Year, and the Chiefs' run defense is their one weakness. I wouldn't say it's terrible. I mean, you have Chris Jones, but outside of that, you can exploit that. And I think, Brian, you mentioned something earlier. The 49ers win the toss. You take the football. What the 49ers need to do is run, play action pass, right? Take off like half the first quarter on that first drive and score a touchdown. That's their chance of winning this game, and I think they do it. However, don't copy me, folks. I've predicted the Super Bowl wrong 3 years in a row. So, well,
you had the Eagles last year?
I picked them because I wanted them to lose, reverse
Fair
psychology.
enough. Okay.
I was on a losing streak, so I'm like,
okay,
let me just pick them. But this year, I'm actually going with who I want to win the game.
I can take that.
So I'm going to go Frisco, but who knows? I just really don't want what you guys said might happen at the end of the game to happen. So, but yeah, I'm sticking to my guns. I wanted to say Brock Purdy for MVP, but if they win this game, it's going to be McCaffrey up and down the field. Purdy will make plays. He's not a bad quarterback, right? But I do think there is a difference there between him and Mahomes right now. Fonz, let's get to those superlatives. Who do we have playing that might get a ring?
All right, so we'll go to the Chiefs first. So there's more on the Niners here. So the Chiefs, right? Now, do you know this? Blaine Gabbert's your backup quarterback. He has the potential to be another Super Bowl champion, another ring to his resume too, right? Now, the wide receivers, Tom. We got Mecole Hardman, who came back for the Chiefs. You know, Jets' big free agent signing didn't turn out too well. Your guy, Richie James, and Kadarius Toney could be two-time champions. Throw it out there. Again, I have to mention his name one more time. And here on the practice squad or the reserves list too, but he's on the roster and he gets a ring. Tom, are you aware of Ian Book? Do you know Ian Book is a Kansas City Chief?
Practice squad quarterback.
And technically speaking, if they win, he will get a ring. I'm just going to throw it out there. Did you know that he was on the Kansas City Chiefs?
Can I double dip you for a second?
Oh, no.
He was on the Eagles practice squad last year in the Super Bowl, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, wow. So, You know what? He could finally get his ring, too. And another name I just saw on here, Anthony Miller, former Bears receiver, I thought was going to be really well. I didn't realize he was on the Chiefs practice. Yeah, this is a lot of different ones on here, too, that I completely forgot. But the Niners one is more interesting. Sam Darnold could get a ring. He's the backup. You guys didn't know that. Does anybody remember Chris Conley?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
the Jaguars receiver, too.
He's a Niner. He could potentially get a ring as well, too. There's a guy on here, remember, on the Rams Super Bowl squad, Sebastian Joseph Day, defensive tackle, next to Aaron Donald. Could also get a ring as well, too. Does anybody remember, what's his name? Tashawn Gibson, safety for the Browns.
Heard the name.
He's on the Niners. He can get a ring as well. Logan Ryan, former Patriots corner. He's on the Niners roster. So he also could get a ring, too. And a couple of he took over. Clint Farrell, remember the 4th overall pick, the draft bust?
Oh my gosh.
He's on the Niners roster. He could also get a ring as well, too. This is just hilarious to me. And you go to the practice squad. Here's a name I'm sure maybe some of you will remember. There's 2. One here, Willie Snead, former Ravens receiver. He can get a ring. And does anyone remember Jason Verrett?
Yes.
The corner. He's on the Niners. He's on IR, but on the practice squad IR. Yeah. So he could get a ring as well, too. So those are some of the names I look at and go, they get a ring. So that's your history lesson, guys. So the random guys that will potentially maybe get a Super Bowl ring. The Logan Ryan one got me because I thought he retired.
Real quick, I went to go see what Kadarius Toney's over under for receiving yards was. He's actually not listed as having an over under, so you can't even bet it. Interesting here. Just so 2 things. One, Ayuk's over under is 59.5. I think if he's under, there's no way they win.
He's got to have over. He's not.
I have to, right? I mean, there's no way the Niners win if he doesn't have 60 yards.
Yeah.
59 yards?
59.5. Ayuk's 59.5, and I just saw, where was Debo's 58.5.
Is that over, combined?
Total receiving, just receiving yards.
Yeah, Brian, I'm sure you get this. I can't go against. I picked them right before our week 1 show to beat the Bengals.
Yeah,
I was wrong about the one. I just can't go against it now. I've made it this far with them. I have money on them.
Here's what I got for you.
I've had money on them for a while, though.
Justin Watson's over under is 16.5. It's 1 catch. That seems like I should go over.
He's good to have 1 catch around that. You'll have one. You go, where the hell is who?
You know what happened, right? I'll bet that he'll have 1 catch for 16 yards, and you'll never see his face again.
Right. No, literally, or maybe just.
What are Sam Darnold's odds?
As to do what?
Get in the game. I don't know. Would you listen
to win MVP?
Oh God!
Just saying, because if Purdy gets hurt.
Someone sent me a thing saying had the Lamar Jackson draft class. So I feel that Sam Darnold's the first QB in that draft class to go to the Super Bowl. I'm like, really? We're gonna do this. This is gonna be.
I don't even see his name listed. Actually,
I think what's funny.
What Tom?
The number 3 overall draft pick is on the bench.
Oh wait, time out. He's plus 20,000. Which is a hair above MVS.
Do you guys know the last time a backup QB played in a Super Bowl? In garbage time, came in in the game, playing garbage time.
Has to be a Raven if you're saying it.
No. Tavares Jackson in that 48-8 Super Bowl.
43-8. Yeah.
Tavares Jackson came in the final drive. And commenters were like, wow, we never seen this. A backup quarter. He came in, gave the ball to Robert Turbin for 3 plays, and the game ended. I remember. I'm like, wow.
Seahawks, right?
Yeah, but backup QBs. I'm like, I love this. I want backup QBs to play.
That is kind of nuts.
It's a fun fact, Tom. I should have got the fun fact this week. All right, I had a couple of good ones here. You know what? If Sam Darnold plays, that'll be my fun fact. I'll do that.
Speaking of the Seahawks, I'm happy Dan Quinn is in the NFC East now.
Sure. And I will say this, Fonz, I'm not sure who you hate in football, but tomorrow night's going to be a much calmer night for myself and Tom because the Eagles aren't playing.
Yeah. I hate the Steelers.
Okay.
So I hate the Steelers. The Browns and Bengals. I mean, I'm starting to
divisional. Yeah.
Brian, I'm not.
Browns always had a soft spot for. I don't know why. I just always had a soft spot for them.
I'm not trying to tickle anyone's peach here, but when the Eagles won the Super Bowl back in 2018, Fonz, I don't know if you remember this, but there was a big stink about New York having Eagles coffee at Dunkin' the next day. I know Brian's a big coffee guy. He cannot stand Dunkin'. He's a big Starbucks guy.
Yeah, I remember that.
There were Eagles logos. I have a picture to show proof. I don't have it on screen, but I have it on my phone.
I remember people getting angry the Empire State Building was green for the Eagles.
Oh my God, that would just.
Was that it, or was that for something else? I remember it being green for
that
something.
was last year. That was last year.
Okay.
But they do that for everything, like almost everything. Like, and then I don't know. But
I love that Eagles one because the trick play. You know me, I'm a big trick play guy too. I was like, that trick play, they have to win because
Nick Foles.
That was a great play. That was a great trick play.
We might have watched that together actually at Albert's house. I don't remember. Actually, no, never mind. That was a different.
No, it was a different Super Bowl.
Yeah, different Super Bowl.
But I want 1 or 2 trick plays in this game, or I will be very upset.
You want McCaffrey to throw one, don't you?
I want a McCaffrey trick, or I'm not counting Debo running the ball. It's not a trick play, a jet sweep. No, I want a trick play where a non-quarterback throws the ball one time.
Also, I know this is not a betting show. Christian McCaffrey first time touchdown plus 325. You throw 100 on that, you win 325, I think. So,
a good chance you probably will get the
there is a good chance.
Here you go.
Yeah, no.
Here's your bet. Total players to have a pass attempt. Right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Over 2.5 is plus 164. So if anybody else throws the ball in the game,
I might do this.
You like this? That's you, right?
I like this. I'll count punters.
Too.
Yeah. Anybody just throw the ball that's not Mahomes or that's not Purdy. Anybody.
Or that one year when the Chiefs, Dontari Poe threw the pass in the end zone. That was great too. I love that.
Is there actually an odd for a Kelsey proposal?
I don't think the major.
Okay.
I think the offshore books would have.
Yeah,
I don't think the major books
between friends or something.
Not to go back to that, but it popped in my head.
What's gonna happen?
You got me thinking with all these.
Kelsey proposal bet. Let me see if I can find it real quick because I do have to get off soon. But let me see. Crazy proposal bet. Here we go.
Yeah, I got
Variety, 10 wacky proposals on Variety. Let me see if I can see what it is.
There's always at least one proposal.
Will Travis Kelce propose to Taylor Swift on the field after the game? Yes is plus 1,060. No is minus 3,000, says FanDuel Canada. In fact, it is more likely that they announce Taylor Swift is pregnant. Yes, plus 850.
Yeah.
Than it is that Kelce proposes, says this. Taylor Swift lipstick color, red, minus 1,800. No shit. Here's one. Which will have more diamond carats, the Taylor Swift engagement ring or the Chiefs Super Bowl ring? Swift's engagement ring, minus 10,000.
She's in Japan today.
Yeah, she'll show up. That's okay. She got that
on the other side of the world.
They're ahead, I believe.
They're ahead. Yeah.
It better.
Ooh.
Well, Fonz, you've been to Japan.
Here's one.
So you know, right?
That flight is brutal. Well, for her private plane, she'll be fine, but you know.
The over-under for how many times they'll see her face on camera during the Super Bowl.
Oh, it's probably a lot.
20. I might know stuff because I CBS.
The over-under is 5.5.
We've been working on Swift clips all week.
I'm shocked to hear you say that.
Yeah.
So bad.
I got an assignment Monday. And I won't say too much, but I got an assignment Monday on, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, clips from throughout the season. And, of course, everybody was blowing up the email chains. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Nah,
the whole day. I got overtime for it.
They're printing money on this one. Yeah, more than normal.
That's why I'm starting to think like the script is in for the Chiefs.
That's what I said 2 weeks ago. I said I think Casey wins the game, and there's why.
I just can't go against my early season bet. Fair. I would like to get my early season bet right for once.
Yeah.
I'm used to being wrong, so that's why I'm picking the Niners. It's okay. Listen, I'm used to being wrong.
That's right.
Ravens next year, guys. Book it.
All right.
I have to say it.
Yeah. By the way, drove by M&T Bank Stadium on 95. Beautiful stadium from the outside.
Yeah, they're redoing it too. They're adding more. Yeah. They're adding more stuff for the fans. More like like fan like enjoyment, excitement, like bars and everything too, and like an outdoor like facility for the fans and everything too. They're adding more to it. It's a beautiful stadium. I definitely got to go back to it.
We'll be driving by there again Tuesday morning, so definitely very excited
Tell
about
Lamar I said hi, and I
I
appreciate
will. But Fonz, Brian, thank you both so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it always.
Absolutely. Brian, quickly plug yourself, and then Fonz, you may do the same.
Yeah.
And we'll sign off.
At Sportsbox Sports, we just broke 25,000 followers this month. I didn't really exactly prominently post that because it's been a while. We've been working towards it, but we do a lot of, same as RMP. We're cut from the same cloth. That's why we support a lot of what they do, because they're very good at it, and we like to make sure that people that are good at what they do get some press. So if you're a Rangers fan, I do the Blue Truth Show, which just broke 7,200 followers. I think I've lost count, but that's been going well as well. Purely Ranger talk all the time. But yeah, those are my homes on the interwebs.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian. Fonz, where can people find you in your
my
several different platforms?
Well, I got the Slick Back Kickback Report podcast. I didn't do an episode this week. I was doing some other things. So we got an episode back next week where we get your podcast. I have a YouTube channel talking strictly jerseys. Like I told Tom, we don't care about the actual game matchups. We just care about the uniforms, like the Super Bowl matchups. I don't care about those games. It's about the uniforms. So stay tuned for that video. And I also will review and preview. I do Four Corners of Professional Wrestling. So with Albert Donor and Mike DeSanto on Mondays. And we got a lot to talk about coming after the Super Bowl because there's a lot going on. I'm just going to say this. Trust Triple H. That man is cooking. That's all. Check out all that stuff.
I got some theories you'll enjoy.
Oh, I got to hear these.
We'll talk.
You may have to get Brian on the show.
Yes. Yeah. No.
We actually just picked up ringside seat again, which was like dead for a while. We just because it's WrestleMania season and like there's. Yeah. I will say this for the first time in a long time. I don't know what they're doing, and it's refreshing.
No. I was just saying, like we got fooled, but like the good way. Like this is like
the best way.
This is awesome. I'm so okay with it.
Yeah.
Finish the story. Finish it.
I'll be at WrestleMania. I'm going to WrestleMania both nights. I'm going to Raw. I'm going to SmackDown. It's gonna be great.
Oh, Philadelphia.
It's a half hour away from here, so
that's going to be a good
short ride down 95.
It's about time to have a big event at the link,
Yeah, something fun.
Yeah.
Thank you both so much for joining. Appreciate you both as always. If for some reason you like my content as well, follow us at Big Blue Avenue on YouTube. We just broke 600 subscribers couple weeks ago, so very happy about that. My co-host Sam, talk to Sam Hartman live in Vegas at the site of the NFL draft. He is a draft prospect, day 3 draft prospect, so very excited to maybe publish a clip of that interview at some point. But appreciate you all. Make sure to check us out at Review and Preview on all of our social media, at Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok as well. Fonz is a TikTok celebrity, as we like to say.
Listen, it's a little bit, not too much. I'll take that.
Having too much fun here on the Saturday morning. On behalf of Brian Attard, Fonz DeFalco, I'm Tom Schiavetto, wishing you all so long. Have a great day. You're watching Review and Preview Super Bowl Kickoff Show here on Facebook Live and YouTube. Have a good day.
Take care, guys.